Hey guys, this is Anastasia, and this is day 5 of my countdown for Beltane. Tonight's craft is going to be some fertility salts. These salts can be used in any sort of working, if you're making a candle, if you're making a sachet bag, if you just want to put a bowl of salts up on an altar, if you want to leave it for an offering, although I am using rice in it, and if birds come across the rice, that could be bad, so I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't use this blend, at least not how I do it, as bath salts. But that again is just how I make it, and the things I put in it, it just wouldn't really make sense. So anyway, I thought I would share with you how I do this and why I'm doing this, and kind of go over the symbolism and all that fun stuff. So first, I start off with 3 kinds of salts. I have my pink Himalayan salt. These fertility salts are going to be specifically for physical fertility, conceiving a child, all that kind of stuff. So love is very prominent in that, and I wanted to include that. Pink Himalayan salt also is very good for healing. It's good for kind of, I find at least, very calming and de-stressing. That's why I include it in my bath salts. It's just very gentle and soft. And a lot of times when you are trying to conceive a child, if it's taking longer than you want or longer than expected, you have a lot of doubt that comes to you. You have a lot of frustration. And the more stress you're under, of course, the harder it is to conceive. So it's kind of this vicious cycle. So I wanted the pink Himalayan salt to be included in these to aid with that. Then I have my white sea salt. And I wanted to include those and leave them white because of the idea of purification and cleansing and also protection. Again, kind of going over that self-doubt that you can that can affect you, and frustration and depression and just negative thinking just adds to the stress. And the idea of purification is to cleanse that and keep that kind of, get that out of your system when you use whatever you craft with this, or if you have it on an altar, which a lot of times when I make specialty salts like this, they do end up on an altar somewhere. So if you come before that altar, like if you do have a fertility altar and you have these, when you sorry about that, stand or sit before that altar, you have that purification element there. I also do see white as a very protective color as well. Black, I'd probably say a bit more. That's why whenever I really want a strong protection salt, I do make black salt. But white, I think, is also very, very healing and very protective and very good for that as well. So once you are cleansed of those negative feelings, you have that protection to try to keep them at bay or keep them away. Then the last salt I have is green. Now this, all I did was take some of the white salt and use some green food coloring and turned it green. Green for fertility, for growth, for healing, all that good stuff. I do know a lot of people, green is very representative of fertility for me. I have had people show me color correspondence charts before, and green doesn't show up as fertility. So if you are someone that doesn't resonate with, I find it much easier, use the color that resonates for you. If gold is fertility, use gold. If silver is fertility, use silver. Whatever color represents it for you, whatever color you jive with, that's what you should be using. For me, green is what I like and what really works for me. And I am making this for a friend of mine, and she also very much associates green with that. So first, I'm going to put the protection and purification, because I want that to be the foundation. And of course, because I'm using my wooden bowls that I use for everything, got some muck in there. Sorry about that. Next thing we want is love, because that is the next element to build upon. So once you feel safe and secure and protected and positive, then you can open yourself up to love and kind of let that move and wash over you. And then in the end game, you have fertility working within. And when those three elements combine, it hopefully will generate a child. Now, I, of course, did not open this up, and I should have. I am going to add some other elements, like I mentioned earlier in the video. I am going to use some rice. I think I'm going to add the rice first. Rice is very feminine. It is also great for prosperity, great for abundance. I think I've seen it used a lot more for those correspondences, but I do love it for fertility. So I'm going to add that in there. And then I'm going to add some sunflower seeds. Sunflower seeds are very male, very much tied to the god. And I'm running low on my sunflower seeds. So I kind of had the rice in there for the feminine, the sunflower seeds for the male. And then the last bit I'm going to add is lemon balm. Lemon balm is very good for fertility, very good for balancing emotions as well, which I find to be helpful in fertility mixes. And I have read, I want to say it was on Herbal Riot, I believe, on Tumblr. I could be wrong, but I have it written down in one of my plethora of notebooks that some people say it helps with the communication between the lovers. So that's why I include it in my fertility salts, because we have the rice for the feminine, we have the sunflowers for the male, and now we have the lemon balm to help those two energies connect to each other. Again, when I say feminine or female or masculine or male, I'm not talking about gender as in man and woman. I am talking about energies and how they relate to the god and the goddess. So yeah, so that is it. I think I'm going to add a bit more lemon balm, even though I did my traditional 3 helpings. It just looks like it needs a little bit more. I'll do 3 more rings, and that way we're still working with 3s. And then 3 salts, 3 elements, and then 3 additional rings. So then actually we get to the magical number of 9, which you all know I love. So yeah, that is, I have a piece of Lily in there. Oh, Lily. Or no, I don't. That's part of the, oh my goodness gracious, Anna. Alrighty, so there we go. Those are my fertility salts. They don't look all that great. I know they're not as much of an artistic or crafty expression as my candles or the incense I make and such, but I thought they definitely work with the spirit of Beltane. They certainly connect to the Lord and the Lady and what they're going through at this point in nature, what it's going through. So I thought it would be a great thing to share. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching, and and as always, blessed be. Night, guys.